Hello everyone, my name is Rohan Poddar and welcome to another MCUK tutorial video for IPSDB 1.0. Today we are going to see how you can configure hardware and populate I/O schedule very easily and quickly using IPSDB. I'm going to continue using same project as last tutorial. I'm logged in, so I'm just going to import the project I saved last time. To do that, I'm going to click Open, choose File, and then I'm just going to browse to my backup file, and I think that's it from tutorial 4, and just click upload and it should upload the project. Okay, so the project is now uploaded. If I go to my items page, you should be able to see all the control modules, equipment modules, and sequences that I added last time. Now, this session is going to be a bit technical, and you should have minimum knowledge about different hardware modules offered by Rockwell. So if you're not a system integrator, then you should probably leave this section as it is and let your system integrator configure your hardware for you. So let's get started. Click on hardware. So on this page, you are able to configure all your hardware. To do that, click on edit. Okay, give the module name. So I'm going to call it ETH01. This is going to be my local network, IO network, and I'm going to select the module as EN2TR, which is Ethernet card. I'm going to give it a IP address. I think I'm just going to accept the default one, and I'm going to click add. Now I've got Ethernet card added in my hardware. So I want to add now an IO card in my hardware. So I'm going to name the module as rack 001, and this is going to be my slot 2, and I'm going to add IB32. I mean, why not? Okay, so add. So let's quickly go to your IO schedule page, and as you can see, the module that I just added, IB32, the IOs associated with it are now populated here. Okay, so let's go back to the hardware. This time I'm going to add an IO card on the network. So I need to create another rack for that. So to do that, first I'm going to select node number 2. Okay, and as you can see, the Ethernet card in our local rack is now populated here. If you had more than one Ethernet card, then you will get a list of them here, and you need to select appropriate Ethernet card for that particular node. Okay, so for slot 0, I'm going to call it node 2. Okay, node 2, because it's a node number 2. And then I'm going to select the module as Ethernet adapter. So I'm going to select AENTR. So that's a redundancy Ethernet adapter for the remote IO. And now it's going to need an IP address. Okay, so 1.1 was my default IP address, and I've assigned it to my Ethernet card. So I'm going to call this as maybe 10 and click add. Okay, so I've got my rack 2 ready with the Ethernet adapter. Now I want to add IO card to it. So to do that, I'm going to again select correct node. Okay, and this time the parent will be node 2, which is the Ethernet adapter. Okay, and the next available slot is selected automatically. So all I have to do is create the module name. I'm going to call it rack 002 and slot 01. Okay, and I'm going to select IB8 as my IO module and add. Okay, let's quickly go back to IO schedule. As you can see, my rack 2 slot 1 is now populated. Okay, so that's how every time you add an IO module into your hardware configuration, it is going to populate a blank IO schedule for that card under IO schedule page. Okay, let's go back to hardware page. And this time I want to add a drive. So I'm going to again select node number as 3. Okay, so my parent again is going to be Ethernet card in my local rack, which is fine. And this time I'm going to call my module P01 underscore drive. So basically I'm trying to say drive for pump 01. And I'm going to select module category as PowerFlex 525 EE-NET. So here it is going to ask you the control module associated for that drive. So it's basically asking you pump number, right? So I'm going to call it P07. Okay, I'm going to change that to P07. Okay, yeah, P07. Yeah, every time we change the module name, it changes the if it is not, or if it doesn't exist, it is going to erase the configuration. So I'm going to select the correct module category, and control module is P07. Of course, now because it is a drive on the Ethernet, I'm going to have to select IP address for it. I'm going to select 20. Okay. And then I'm going to add. That's it. And now I've got my drive added into my hardware configuration. You do not really have to worry about IO schedule for it because it is added automatically when you add drive into your project. Okay, so that's how easy it is to add and configure your hardware into your project. Next, we are going to do is populate the IO schedule. So to do that, I'm going to go into edit, select a channel that I want to configure, right? And I want to give a meaningful description. First, I will select the item. Okay, so I'm going to select vol02. Okay, and the attribute associated with that item is automatically populated. Okay, so you can add 2 digital input associated with vol02, which is open feedback and closed feedback. By default, it just picked the first one, but you can choose the second one. Okay, so I'm just going to call the description for that IO v02 valve opened feedback and click add. Okay, and that's how easy it is, right? Similarly, you can add your closed feedback for vol02. This is how you can add DO, AI, AO as well in your project. As you saw, as long as you have minimum knowledge of Rockwell hardware modules, you can do your hardware configuration and IO schedule without any software knowledge. That's it for this tutorial video. In the next tutorial, we are going to complete this project with 6 sequences, generate PLC code and FDS, build HMI, and do some testing. So it is going to be a bit lengthy video, but hopefully you will enjoy it. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.